Hello, everyone. Today, I want to talk about when you should hire a salesperson. There's so much confusion around this word sales, what that role means for your business. And so, as usual, I want to take out the mystery. I want to remove the mystery from this idea of a salesperson, what they do, why they exist, why you might want to hire somebody. And on today's Thrive Biz Chat, the question I will be answering is, when should I hire a salesperson? And when I answer, when should I hire a salesperson, it will also answer whether you should be hiring a salesperson or not. All right. I am Celina Guerrero. If you don't already know me, I'm the 90-day sales director, and I help business to business CEOs and consultants break through their current revenue ceiling by leveraging relationship-based sales in their business as a means for increasing growth. If you are thinking of hiring a salesperson, or you just hired two and they completely were like not a good fit, let's say, or you have a sales process, but it's just really not working efficiently or effectively, or you're really not getting the new clients that you need, reach out to me. I could probably provide you some sound advice on how to make improvements in that situation. Okay. So now, again, when should I hire a salesperson, right? And the way that I'm going to answer this question of when, okay, is by getting clarity on why. Why are you thinking about hiring a salesperson? Why is that important? Okay, so here we go. Number one, let's take a step back and say sales people, okay, bring human one-to-one conversation to your business. Okay, right? E-commerce does not bring one-to-one human conversation, right? Marketing tries to, right? Tries to, and does to some extent, or maybe messages in the DMs and so on. But that still requires a human being, right? So we're talking about human one-to-one conversation, either on the phone, on video, maybe even the DMs, if you want to consider that, which is awesome, which is great, okay? But that is the reason why people need salespeople. Your clients simply want to have an actual conversation with another human being before they buy, before they become a client. Okay? The second reason people hire salespeople, okay, is because they want to not only rely on inbound opportunities, meaning you did a podcast and someone calls you up, okay, or you did a webinar and someone sets up a call, right? That is what's called inbound, right? Inbound opportunities. You really want to say, I'm going to decide today who my ideal client is. I'm going to go out and find them, and I'm going to message them and say, hey, look, I think you have this problem and I think I can help, and let's have a conversation, right? This is based on sort of outbound, the idea is outbound sales, right? You're looking for people in the universe who fit a certain profile. You learn about them, you send them a custom message, you build a relationship, and it is a active outbound identification of who would be a great client, and it's taking sort of charge of that process in a different way than marketing, running, let's say, a webinar and having people then come to you. Okay. They're both great. But again, why do companies have salespeople? Number one, your client is demanding, whatever that looks like, a one-to-one sales a conversation with somebody, a human being at your company before they become a client. And two, the other reason is you want to have somebody who's actively going out into the world and identifying clients that would be great for your company. Okay. Now, in addition to those two kind of main responsibilities of the salesperson, why salespeople exist, okay, is really like, why now, right? Why in your business now is this something that you're thinking about? And there's three main reasons why people bring in salespeople. Okay, number one is time. Often, if you're a CEO and you're taking those sales conversations yourself, you're so busy, you either don't have time because you're so busy doing client work, or you have so many calls that you really need somebody else to be taking those calls. Okay, so time, they're going to replace the work that somebody else is already doing. Okay. The second why now is really around growth, right? You're ready to grow. Marketing and referrals isn't cutting it, right? You want to take a step, towards more actively outreaching to people who you have identified could be great clients, and you're going out into the world and finding those people. Okay. That could be at networking. That could be at LinkedIn. It's just somebody who is a business development associate, somebody who's cultivating relationships, somebody who's an ambassador. They have all kinds of names in the universe for this role, but basically you're going out into the world to actively seek potential clients. Okay. And that is because why now is the growth piece. Okay. Number three, why now is quality, right? Maybe who's ever kind of handling your sales conversations isn't that great. Maybe they were, a customer service person, or maybe they are you and you simply don't have the time and effort don't have the time to do it. Maybe it's falling to somebody who isn't really have the skill set or the interest in taking those sales conversations, right? You've kind of put these conversations on your marketing person, right? Or your ops person, and you've got to increase the quality of the conversations because you need to be able to convert those conversations into clients. So the why now is time, right? Growth and quality. All right, now you can have more than one. Your company might have two things going on where you're looking to grow and increase the quality. So you've got to kind of replace both of those. You got to serve both of those needs right now. In any case, you can have more than one, but these are the real why nows. Okay. So now you have your why, right? You have your why, and now it's really critical to say, well, what are they going to do? And more importantly, when is this salesperson going to be part of your sales process, your sales pipeline? Okay. When are they going to be involved? Okay. And I'm going to break this down for you. Okay. So there are three basic types of activities that salespeople take on, right? And it relates to what's happening within this process of somebody becoming your client. Okay. So I'm going to talk about three different types of salespeople, and there's all kinds and et cetera. And it depends on your business and everything. But basically, there's three things. There's outbound, inbound, and sales development. Okay. Outbound is basically, I'm going to go out into the world and I'm going to network and I'm going to go on LinkedIn and I'm going to actively what we call prospect and find new opportunities, new people who could be clients, have conversations with them, and then confirm that they become a client. It's the whole process. It's sort of identifying, having those conversations, and then closing them. Okay. That's outbound. There's also inbound, which is basically if you're doing a lot of marketing and you have a lot of marketing leads come through, somebody needs to take the discovery call. Somebody needs to take the enrollment call. Somebody needs to have the consultative, conversation about your service and so on. Okay. So that is inbound. That role does not go out into the world and send emails and send messages and go to networking events. They're just responsible for taking those conversations. Okay. That is inbound. And then sales development, there's so many different terms that different types of industries use, but sales development representative or business development representative. And this role basically is responsible for identifying, in many cases, or reaching out and finding people to have conversations with, but those conversations are actually held by somebody else. And in large companies, it could be an account executive. In smaller companies, it could be the CEO, right? Maybe you just, as a CEO, want somebody to go get you conversations, okay? And when we're trying to answer the question of when should I hire a salesperson, okay, you should hire the salesperson when you have some need to replace your time, the time that you're spending on it. You need to increase the quality of the conversations. You really want to grow, and you just need that growth from another human being out there representing your company. Okay. But actually, once you get to that, it's essential that you really answer the question of what kinds of activities do I need this person doing for my business? Okay. And so if you cannot answer those first two, the why and the what slash when, right? When in the process are they involved? You can't even get to this idea of like, how many calls do they need to take? How do I make them profitable? Right. And do I have enough business? All of that doesn't really matter until you kind of go through those first two things. Okay. So allow me to recap. To answer the question of when should I hire a salesperson, right? You need to answer why, and the why can't be, "I really just don't like having sales conversations." I mean, it can be, but, like, you need to you need to know what they're gonna be doing, and you need to know that it's actually gonna make sense for your business profit, in terms of the actual numbers, right? Um, and look, if you have a huge runway and you just need somebody out there and you're an early stage business and you just gotta, maybe you just need to the intel at this point in your business and you want someone out there, that's cool. But really getting clear on why this is a role right now. You've got all these other investments you want to make, right? You have all these other things going on in your business. This is just one piece, right? So really getting clear on why now. And then also, of course, what exactly do I need? What I want this person to do? Do I need this person to do? Right? Because if you're hiring them to do something that's not going to really drive your business forward, there's going to be a lot of mistakes and a lot of mess in that process. Okay. Um, so I hope that's helpful. You're going to hire a salesperson when you're really, really clear on your why and you have a real clarity on what they should be doing. Um, you know, only then can you really talk about profitability and so on. All right. Well, if you have questions about this, please message me on LinkedIn. You can also find me on my website. You can look at 90daysalesdirector.com. You can find me there. I hope this was helpful. If you're really considering, hiring somebody to have human conversations, which are required by your clients, or you need someone to go out into the world to find new opportunities and clients, it can this please reach out. And also this is just a great way of growing your business beyond that marketing piece and the referrals. All right, that's all I have for today. Look forward to hearing from you. Any questions, you know where to reach me. Bye.